people will fall asleep. But suddenly I feel very relaxed because this software I'm going to introduce is very, very interesting, exciting, and I hope everyone can feel the same excitement as I did when I first touched this software. So the software I'm going to introduce is called PowerBI. So what is PowerBI? I think let's explain its name first. Yes, we understand what is power, and yeah, don't ask me the question why it's not called powerful BI. So I don't know. Maybe it's just like the simple word. So we understand power, but what is BI? Actually, BI stands for business intelligence here. So I think at least everyone here should at least heard of it and know business intelligence seems very advanced to us, right? But what is business intelligence? According to Wikipedia, business intelligence actually comprises all the strategies and technologies related to data analysis. Yes, of course, it is related to business. And it can give us the historical, current, and even predictive views of our business. So based on my understanding, business intelligence is just very, very broad conception, and it relates to everything related to data analysis to business. So this is business intelligence, and Power BI is just a very simple and easy tool for us to help us to do the business the data analysis related to business intelligence. So let's give a very simple example. Let's say if my boss Harry just want me to present him a report showing how our sales, let's say how our sales behaves in the last 6 months. I think everyone here should be able to do that to generate a report by Excel, right? It's very, very simple, right? No, it's not simple enough. We want it to be more simple. For example, if Harry wants that to be generated every month, what should I do? I need to log into Xero. Let's say we are using Xero. I need to log into Xero and generate the report and check the data into Excel, right? And then let's say I generate a report, I generate a chart, the graph, and tailor it into what Harry likes. And I need to do that every month. What I actually want is the report can be generated automatically. I don't need to do anything. I just set up upfront, and then the data will flow into the software automatically, and I just show the report to Harry. It's like, Harry, today is like that. That day is like that. Okay, so this is the thing I want. And another thing is, I want it to be more simple, to be much simpler. Like, I want to know our current ratio. I want to know our sales. I just ask the question to the report, and the report can automatically give me the figure. Not I need to go into Xero and generate a report. So is there any software can deal with it? Yes. So that's the reason why actually we are using Power BI instead of Excel, because Power BI can give us the information very easily and just in 1 minute. Oh, it's not working. Oh, it's working. Okay. So I just used a sentence from Power BI itself. With Power BI, the proof is in the simplicity. So let's see how simple it is. Power BI, we can use it anytime, anywhere. So they can import data into Power BI and convert it into insights just in 1 minute. And it can connect with hundreds of data sources, just like Fuzuki just said, not limited to the accounting software, also like other kinds of softwares, and I will show you later. And it can give us very beautiful report, and we can just tailor it whatever we want. And it has hundreds, I think thousands, I'm not quite sure, very, very very many different kinds of reports, sorry. And another very interesting is, if I subscribe to Power BI with my email, if I am the business owner, if there is any changes in my business, I will get an email notification anytime. So I can understand my business very, very well. And so actually it's, you can drill into the details just by click on your phone. So you can use Power BI by web and also by phone. So it's very user friendly. And you can share the report with your colleague, and you can collaborate with each other and work on it simultaneously. So I hope you have already felt the excitement, and if not, I will show you how to do that and how do we generate a report and how Power BI behaves with the link of Zero, because today I will only show you how it works with Zero, and if you are very interested, you can investigate yourself and see how it works with other softwares, okay? So Teddy, let's move to Power BI. So this is just the dashboard you will see when you just open the Power BI. Actually, you can feature your favorite dashboard when you just open the Power BI, and I will tell you how to do that later, as Teddy just showed is there. Is that icon? Okay, so we open Power BI, and we can see it actually gives us a lot of graphs here. And it gives me some graphs, give me some trend, and also give me some figures here. Did I do it? No. Actually, Power BI does it itself. When I import any data into Power BI, it generated automatically. So let's investigate it from the left top corner. So Teddy, please click there. As Fuzuki just said, it is a software developed by Microsoft. So actually, if you are interested in it, you just go to your Microsoft account and go to the store and look for Power BI. It's completely free, and yeah, there is some premium account, and it has some more advanced functions, but we will not touch it now. So it's very simple. You just click into it, and you will get your Power BI, and you can investigate yourself later. Okay, let's move back. So now let's talk about how do we get data from Zero. So if you want to link anything from Zero, you just click in Get Data. And you can find four things here: databases, files, services, and My Organization. Now let's just focus on services, which contains hundreds of apps here. And Teddy will click into the service contact text. The reason why we don't click the very yellow one there is because if you click there, it will give you the read-only data, so don't click there. And so you will see there are a lot of apps here, and you can get data from them just as I said. And for example, you can get it from Google Analytics and Microsoft Project Online. You must have heard of it, I hope so. And now let's find Zero. So you can search Zero in the search bar. Yeah, and just get it now. And just be careful. I think you need to log in Zero in separate windows, and then you will not like log in here, because let's say I have several accounts of Zero. If you log in to another Zero account but you want to link Power BI with another one, it will confuse Power BI. So don't do that. You just log into the exact Zero account at back. So next, you need to name your company. Let's say company ABC. Okay, and next. And here, you don't touch anything here. Just click sign in. Because I don't think I have logged in Zero. Yes, and if you haven't logged in Zero, it will show up here. You can choose to log in here, but if you have logged in at back, it will not show up like this. So it takes several minutes to import data from Zero, so I will not do it now. I have already imported what I want from Zero like before this session. So let's cross this and move back. Let's move back to dashboard, which will show you after you import any data from Zero. Okay, so this is the dashboard. So let's start from my workspace. Just click the workspace at top, sorry. And you can see there are 4 sections here: dashboards, reports, workbooks, and data sets. So now we will not touch the workbooks, we will only touch dashboards, reports, and data sets. The difference between dashboard and reports, because you can see the dashboard actually is a kind of like different tiles combined into one report. The difference is dashboard is what will show in your phone app, and dashboard is very live, and dashboard is the first thing you will see when you log into Power BI. So, and reports is more detailed. If you want to know something in details in dashboard, you just click into it and it will link to reports automatically, and I will show you later. And data sets is the one you will need to use when you want to refresh your data or schedule your refresh, and I will mention about it later as well. So let's go back to dashboard of the demo company 1. So let's talk from top one by one. As you can see, there are quite a lot of squares here. All the squares are called tiles in Power BI. And if you want to edit any tiles, and I'm not sure if you can see it or not, there are 3 dots here. It's called more options. So you click here and you can see there is some options here. And if you want to edit it, you just edit the report. If you want to drill into details, you can go to the report. So Teddy, just click the go to the report, and you can see it goes to the related reports, and these are all the information related to that figure. Let's go back to the dashboard. And let's say you don't want to show 0 at top. You want to show it, let's say, a little bit below. How do we do it? It's very simple. We just drag it. So it's very flexible. And let's say if we want to add some more tile, how do we do it? There is a little plus sign there called add tile. So you just click into it. Actually, we can add quite a lot of things into it. Let's add a very interesting thing. Let's add a video from YouTube. So we just click video. And next. And Teddy, you just go to YouTube and find, let's say, find a video for tailored accounts. You just type tailored accounts. The reason why we do this is we want to get the link of this video. So just click your favorite video, copy the link in the URL just, and paste it in Power BI. Paste it in the content here. And you can name it as title, as display title and subtitle, and name it as, yes, Teddy. And if you want to show some subtitle in this video, you can type it as well. And let's just have, Eva is, oh my God, I know it's Eva amazing. It's okay. Let's apply it and see how it looks in Power BI. And it's disappeared. Let's go to the bottom of this report and you will find it there. So let's move it at top. Move it to top. Let's drag, 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 and it will go to top finally. Okay. So let's play it. Oh, it's a long journey. So let's play it. So it will play there automatically and without impact anything else. It looks fancy, right? And let's say if I want to link to some reports, just like other tiles, I want to link to some other reports or even link to other external sources, what should we do? We should also go to more options and edit details. There is a function called functionality. You just take set custom link and let's link to a dashboard or report in the current workspace. Let's link to the related report, demo 1 report, and apply it. And now let's go to that report, open hyperlink. See, this is the related report. So it jumps there directly. It's a bit fancy, right? But I feel it's very fancy. Okay, let's go back. And next.
When I'm so slave.
Time changes people.
Can you get rid of that video?
No, we will show it in phone as well later. how time flies. Okay, let's.
I zoom it in.
Okay, so let's move to next icon called usage metrics. So you click on it and see what happened. So actually, it tells us how this Power BI is utilized by its users. You can see how many views per day and how many unique viewers per day. The reason is we want to know if our client likes it or not. If you can see they never view it, there is like seldom viewers every day, which means maybe our client is not using it at all. So we may ask them, oh, what's wrong with it? And is there anything I can do for you? Something like that. So it's very useful function. Let's go back. And then there is another icon called view related. If you click into it, it will give you all other related things, such as reports or the data set. Let's go back. And another one called featured. So as you can see, when I log into Power BI, this is the first thing shown in the dashboard because I have set it as the feature. If I disable it and feature another thing, when I open Power BI, it will show you another thing up front. And then next is favorite. So it's like a lot of other softwares did. We can favorite some reports. And if I favorite it, it will go to the favorite folder at left. So you click into it and you will see how many reports you have already favorites. And next function is the one I mentioned in the advantage. It's called subscribe. So you click into it and you can enter your email address. Let's say I enter like BSpace is the email address I use to log into it. Let's say I subscribe the Power BI into this email address. If there is anything changes in my business, I will get the notification. So it's a very useful function. So managers or owners will get all the changes of this business at their fingertip in 1 minute. And next called share. I also mentioned it in the advantage as well. It's called share the report or share the dashboard with your colleagues and you can collaborate together. So it's another very useful function. Now let's move to another one, which is a bit exciting one, is web view or phone view. Let's say you want to generate a report and show that to your boss. Let's say, Harry, I want to show you a report. Currently, I only have two choices, whether I send him by email and Harry need to log into his email and open that by Excel or let's say PDF. It's not live and it's not user-friendly. Or I can print it out and give to him personal, like by person. But it's not user-friendly, it's not environment-friendly as well. But now you can log into Power BI by your phone. Let's click into phone view. And this is a phone and you can edit how Harry will see it. So let's say we want to move the video at top. How do we do it? We just find the square, find the tile and pin it on the phone at top. So you can see that it appears. Once you open the Power BI by your phone, you will see it. And next, let's move, let's say zero icon, next. So you pin it, but I have changed my mind. I want to move zero at top, so we just simply drag it. It's very easy and simple, right? As it said in the advertisement. Let's go back to the web view and investigate some more functions. And you can see there are 3 small dots at right top corner beside the web view, and there are some more functions there, and it is very obvious, so I will not introduce here. And if you are interested, you can just go there. It's very simple. So that's pretty much everything I want to talk about in the dashboard. Is there any question? No? Okay, let's move on to next, which is the report. So let's go back to my workspace. And and see the report for demo 1. So click into it. So can you move that bar somewhere else as well? Top first. Okay, thank you. So as you can see, there are some reports already generated here from cash, customers, suppliers, etc., etc. So these are automatically generated by Power BI as well. I didn't do anything. And let's look one by one. First is cash. I think cash is the king. Cash is what our customers or our clients concern most. So they want to know how much they have. They want to know how much cash in, how much cash out per day or per month. So this section, this report actually tells us every details we want to know. We can see there is a big graph here. It shows us the cash in, the cash out, and the trend of our closing balance. Let's say we want to show the trend for May 2018. How do we do it? It's very simple. We just filter it. There is a filter. It's a bit small. Can you click the 3 line under Power BI, under the yellow? Click here, under the yellow thing. Yes, click there. So it's a bit bigger. So let's click. If we want to show the May 18, we just choose it in the filter. If we want to show March, we just click March. So it will change. It will give us the details automatically. And let's say we don't want to show the total cash. We want to show every individual bank account. We just choose it by another filter function called account name. So let's say we want to show the balance and the cash in, cash out for business bank account. We just do it by simply clicking to it. And another one, we click another one. So you see everything has changed. It's obviously we have no money in the other account. If you don't click anything, it will show us the total amount. And next, if we want to see the trend, it's a good graph. But what about we want to show the details? The detailed figure, the detailed data, we can see it on the right. There is a table there, so we can see it like very clearly. And actually, it flows with the filter as well. We can change the bank account. We can change time period. So it's very, very exciting and interesting. Okay. So this is pretty much everything I want to talk about in cash. Any question? Yeah. So
Hi, I just have a question. Like, example, for a new company, there's no any. Example, there's a new company. There's no any historical data. So, how can you apply the PI for that?
So actually, if there is no data,
yes,
then there is nothing there. But
nothing there, so you only can use zero. And like after a few months, you have the historical data, and then you can use PI for that.
Yes. So I will talk about it later. The data will be refreshed into Power BI automatically, and based on your setting, based on the frequency you have set it. So it's actually updated automatically. If you have any data in the business, you will have the report like this. If nothing, then nothing. But you will still have this function there. Yeah. Okay.
This is all for staff as well. If you have questions, because if we don't ask questions, I will assume that everyone knows about Power BI.
Then I will not be the only one to generate a report, right?
This is going to be the only tool that we're going to quite test.
Okay. So next, let's move on to customers. So when you move to customers, you will see there is a map there. Actually, it's a very fancy one. By this map graph, we will show where this is customer, yes, where our customer location is. And if I want to choose an individual customer, like Teddy is doing. Let's say you want to choose the, let's choose a good one, DIISR, yes. And you can see where it's located in. And if you want to enlarge this map, you just double click it and it will be enlarged. And you can see how much they owe us and the amount due by invoice date within 30 days. We can see there is an invoice due in the period around 3rd of June to 10th of June. But the detail, we can get the details by moving our mouse to that bar. And you can see the details appear here. So actually, the invoice amount is 3,850, and the date is like that. So you can have every details there, and you can have an overview as well. So if you don't click into any customer, it will give us the total all your customer look like, and the total amount due, and all the invoices will due in 30 days. And next, let's move on to suppliers. It's very similar to our customer. It's very similar to customer side, and you will have a map. You will have a filter. You will have like the top supplier by outstanding balance, and you will also have bills details there as well. And I have think about whether we need a map here, and I gave myself an answer. And if you have any better answer, just let me know, because we want to consider our logistics. So we want to know if we can have a better supplier a bit nearer to us, then we maybe pay less shipping fee, something like that. So it's better to know more details than nothing, right? And if you have more, like better answer, just let me know, okay? So it's very similar to customers as SSI, and let's move on to next, inventory. So in this inventory, it depends on your client type. Some clients will have inventory, they will have items, but some clients will not. It depends. So if they have the inventory, you can move to this report and show the details there. You can see you need to choose from transaction type, whether you choose purchase or sales. Teddy, you just choose nothing and show and see what happened. If you choose nothing, there will be a reminder here, ask you to select either sales or purchases. If you don't choose, PowerBI will be confused. So let's say you choose purchase. You can see what you purchase. There is only one item there, and you can also filter it by time, period, by checking category, by let's say by region, and you can see the purchase sales by customer, the total amount, and also the monthly purchase or sales by items. And this is the graph actually show you the percentage. And let's move to sales. In sales, you have more items there, so it's a bit more fancy, and you can see it more clearly. And let's say we want to choose the period as April 18, and want to see the region, what happened in North. And you can see, oh, there is only one item in this period and for this region. So you can drill into every details you want, and the Power BI will tell you everything you want to know. So this is the inventory. Let's move to next, balance sheet. So actually in balance sheet report, it's just interpret your balance sheet figures into some graph or into some detailed tables, and we'll let you know the overview and the details at the same time. So in the graph at left, you will see the graph, the bar chart here. You can see there are 3 different colors. It actually stands for 3 elements with asset, liability, and equity. So you will know it like at first glance. And at right, you will see the details figures there. And you can see there is another filter called financial year. You can see the financial year 2018. If there is any figures for the other financial year, you can see it as well.
Quick question, Eva. I think just stepping in case Some of you might fell asleep. It's the last section, so I want to entertain people a little bit. Do you see that this report looks like a 21st century report? It does, right? It's kind of like comparing when first Apple phone, the iPhone released, compared with the old sort of, you know, Motorola phone, right? It's the 21st century look and feel. And how often we see it? I know that you haven't been to a workplace, or some of you haven't, but you do see people doing reports and things like that at uni. You probably see the lecturer present some sort of fancy Excels and some charts and, you know, graphical things. They didn't have this look, right? So in order to get this kind of works done and look and feel, if I would ask Eva to do it in Excel, as she just explained, so you got to download the report from zero, download the Excel, and do a lot of formulas and manual works, and yet I will guarantee that if I go in, I will find a mistake. Right? With both Teddy and Eva here, I guarantee if I go in, I will find something not right about it. Why are we driving into this sort of system rather than the look and feel and knowing that this is the future? For a number of reasons. I think, first of all, Eva mentioned time saving, time money, right? Is saving, efficiency. But for a lot of accountants in the rooms who've been doing reports for customers and report to people like us, one of the most stressful things is really not making mistakes, right? Because you work with Excel, there's millions chance that you could mistakenly delete a cell or a formula that you put in, a sum that's missing the last line. How often this happens? So making mistakes means you lose your confidence in front of the customers or credit. If it happens to be a customer that is really relaxing and easygoing, he might say, yeah, go back and fix it and send it to me tomorrow morning. But some customer might not like it. They might say, sorry, Harry, that's enough. I think you guys should be superstar. You spent 5 years at unis and CPA qualified. Why are you making these simple mistakes? And yet people don't understand that it's really hard work to get all the data into Excel and manually work it out to this sort of data. So by using this, and you can see all the data just flow straight from the accounting software into this tool. We didn't even do anything. Like Eva and Teddy, they didn't do anything. All that report are generated by PowerBI. So there's no room for mistakes there, at least with the formulas and doing all that sums and things, right? So, and even at our firm, we're quite advanced with reportings and really drive into technologies. We haven't released this to our customers yet, believe it or not, because we're still working on beta version right now. We only have about 5 to 10 customers that we are building this sort of report for them, because we want them to see what's the difference between the Excels and what's the difference between having a graphics and all that business intelligence versus a simple P&L and balance sheet come straight off zero. And once that 10 customers come back within the next few weeks saying, yep, I'm happy, I think that this time saving means less cost for us, it's eliminated all the human error. I mean, we have confidence in you and you can spend more time like Eva, spend in front of the board and, you know, pitching about their financial with confidence, right? So it's still very early stage, so don't think it that all the staff here are expert. They are still learning, and I'm pretty sure that if I pick someone from one of our team and ask them to do all this report, they would be stuck as well. So they're all in a learning path. And if you have any question, feel free to raise, because like I said, we're all learning as well. Keep going, Eva, sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. Okay, so like Harry just said, the advantage, there are a lot of advantage using these things. And I will show you the most exciting things at last. I haven't told you yet. At last, I will show you the most exciting things for this Power BI. Okay, let's keep going, and I will go back to that later. Let's keep going to the profit and loss. Actually, it's similar to balance sheet. It's gives you the trend of your profit loss and also the details as well. So it's also, you can filter it by financial year, and you can see the monthly sales and monthly expense, how it looks like in different months, and also what's the top expense accounts here. And you can see, oh, you spend quite a lot of money in wage and salaries, and you will be able to see if that works or not. And another thing is you can have the table, just like you can have from Zero. It can give you the details as well. So let's move on to performance. Actually, in performance, it's a bit similar to profit and loss, but it gives you a more straight view of your performance. You can see in different months how much you have earned and how much is your expense, and what's the profit, net profit of your business for these several months. And you can see it's not that good, and maybe my business will like get bankrupt very soon. I need to think some ways to keep it. Okay, let's. Red column is for negative net profit. So you can see for out of 4 months, 3 of them is red. It's really not good sign. Maybe I will fire some employees. Okay, just kidding. Let's go. Let's keep moving. Let's go to the health. So previously, all I show is actually what you can get from Zero. But now what I show you is not. You need to do some calculations, and Power BI will do it for you. You will see some ratio there. There are current ratio and total liabilities to equity ratio, something. And you can have a lot of ratios here, and you will see the trend as well. To be honest, I cannot remember exactly what current ratio means or what's the equation for it, but I will know it with the help of glossary. So you click into glossary, and actually it's like a library. It tells you what everything stands for. It tells you what current ratio is, what total liability to equity ratio is. So Power BI is very thoughtful. It helps me a lot. And now let's move to action items. So we have tell our manager or owners everything they need. But another thing is we have to give them the reminder what you need to do, and so what you need to action. For example, you have some unreconciled transactions there, and or you have some bills to pay, etc., etc. So it's not only give you what happens already, and also give you what you need to do soon. So that's everything generated automatically by Power BI. Now, my question is, if I need tailored a report, what should I do? How do I generate a report I want? So before we move to that, is there any questions?
Okay. I'm looking at this. It looks great and all. I'm just thinking, would this make over reliance on the software? And is there like any controls that you can put in place to make sure that the reports generated are actually accurate? Or yeah.
Yes, I know it. So just like Harry just said, so with the report, you can minimize your mistake, which means the Power BI, what Power BI generated, actually much more exact, much more correct than what we did like manually. This is first. Another thing is, when I generate a report, I always go back to Zero and check if it actually matches the details. But to be honest, I have checked quite a lot of reports, and there is no mistake so far. And another thing is, you can only view the details, view the data from Power BI. You cannot like do anything there. You cannot change the sales amount. So what Power BI said is the real thing. You cannot do some manually things there. And last thing I want to say is just I told you we can share the dashboard or share it to someone else, to our colleagues, and I can also limit their access just as other accounting software. I can make them read only, so they will not randomly do something to mess up what I did. So hopefully I have answered the question or not. Yeah.
I think this is more concerned about the data flow between the two software. So if you download the report now from Zero and put it in Excel, it's a manual work. Right? It's a manual work. How Zero has connected to Power BI using a method for API. What it means is if you go on Google and search, what it means is the two software actually mirror to each other. And this technique is just like I mentioned last time about blockchain. Whatever data in Zero will be exact data in Power BI. So there'll be no room for mistake because the data between the two software are connected. So I can.
If you make some changes in your software, do you need to kind of update your report to this?
Automatically update for you.
I will mention it later. Yeah,
yeah.
very
so
soon.
Whatever you, like say, if you raise a big sales of $1 million in Zero, straight away probably need a bit of time making to update it, but you don't have to do anything in your dashboard report sheet. We would automatically update for you. So that's a beauty for customers, and you see the access on the phone for someone who like working on site all the time, doesn't even have computer with him. And he wants to see the sales figure for today versus yesterday, or this month versus last month, rather than contact the accountant, send an email, open up his phone. All the data are live, connected between Zero and his phone, and it's reliable. Because, like I said, there's no room for mistake. The two data mirror each other's. Cannot make mistakes there. Question?
I was wondering, is this software only connected with Zero or any other software?
So like I said, like before, maybe Teddy, you just go back to the get data. There are hundreds of data sources there. You can connect not only with Zero, also I think MyUp Online, and there are hundreds of apps there, and you can have a look later. You can see. So I haven't counted, but I logged into the Power BI website, and they said it's hundreds. So you should, yes, it must be able to satisfy your requirement. Okay.
So you can see that if you are working on, say, a project with need, and you got people from finance, and you got people from marketing, people from HR, and we want to present, say, updated project status report to the board or to the project, what's it called? Yeah, and so all we're doing is connecting Zero. We're connecting our project management software. We're connecting our marketing. You can see MailChimp there, right? You can connect CIM. All that data would flow into a dashboard report to tell you all about that project, not just financially, but you can see sales, you can see HR, you can see KPIs, workflows, and all that thing in one report. Right? So this Power BI is not just limited for finance and accounting and Zero. It's everything. Any other question before Eva keep going? You like it? If you would have this license on the CV, I guarantee that you would have a job. People would like it.
Hey Eva, I've got one question is if you have specific KPI for a specific area, such as the KPI for sales, could Power BI realize in monitoring and measuring this sales KPI, and how could it do it?
So actually, there is no, as far as I know, I'm not the expert in Power BI, but they can only present what happens in business. And you can set a line there and to remind you it reaches any target or not. And I will show you later. And you need to like tell if it is too high or too low, too risky or not. It can only show you the data, the figures, as far as I know.
Yeah, so I think there's two aspects there. Number one, there's Power BI and Zero And Power BI is still very new. The software is still sort of improving and developing itself. Every few months you see a new features. The connection between Power BI and Zero still got some issues, small issues. So there's certain error in Zero that you cannot drill data into Power BI yet. So to answer your questions about KPI, if we set a sales or budget target in Zero, supposedly we should be able to see actual burst budget for sales in Power BI, right? Currently you cannot, but it doesn't mean that impossible. You will be able to see it in the future. However, there's always a solution to that problem, right, Eva? If I ask Eva to do the report still, what I then would do is really connect Power BI to my CRM software, for example. And my CRM software should be able to drill in some sort of sales target. Right? I want to sell 100 of this chair for this month, and I set all the data, drill my KPI from the CRM software into Power BI. Same time, I drive the data from Zero into Power BI, and I can build a column chart there. So you can see this is a target for sales, 100 chairs per month. Did I sell 100 chairs or did I sell 200? What? Answer your question?
So as Harry just said, let's wait. Let's see what will happen. And I can partially realize your query, but it's a very simple way. And I will mention it when I generate the report. Yes. Okay. Any other question? So let's move on. The time a bit limited, and I will show you quickly how to generate report. So while they're doing it, I just give you a brief introduction. So when you want to generate a report, there are three things you need to decide first before you really generate a report. The first thing is which report you want. Like I want a bar chart or a trend, line trend, or anything else. So first you need to decide which type of the chart. The second thing is what data you need. You will need sales or bank balance or cash in, cash out, etc., etc. And the third thing is where the data is from. So in order to realize the second target, you need to be a bit familiar with how Power BI works, and I will show you later. So are we ready to create a report? So let's move on to demo 2, because demo 2 has a bit more data. So it will be like, you will see more data there, and the report will be a bit more beautiful. So let's move on to demo 2 and create a new report. The way we do it is click into the edit report so that we are able to edit it, and click the little plus at the bottom right bottom corner. Click here, and there is a new report. There is a new page. So you want to create something there, and you want to make this a page bigger or a bit longer. You can see it's a bit small here. We can always change it in the format icon here. You click into it and change the page size there. So you can change it, and let's make it a bit longer and make custom in the type. And type, let's say 6,000 in the height. So you can see it's very long. But it's too narrow, and we want to make it a bit bigger. So we go to view and make it in the actual size. So when I put the reports there, you will see it's very big and clear enough. And as you can see, we can also tailor our page background and give the page information there. And let's mention it. If you are interested in it, you can mention it later. So you can investigate later, sorry. And let's go back. Let's generate 3 simple reports to save time. The first one I want to generate is what clients concern most is how do we show the cash. So we want to generate a similar report as we just saw. So we want to know cash in, cash out, and closing balance. So the first thing we want to know is what graph we want. So we want a bar chart and with a line chain there. So we choose the suitable graph there. Let's choose that one, line and clustered column chart. Sorry, I cannot see very clearly. You just click it, and it will appear in the report automatically. Next, let's choose the data. I just mentioned we want to know the cash in, cash out, and closing balance. And I also need to choose one data for the x-axis. So we need to choose, let's say we want to know by month. So we choose everything we need. We go to bank statement because everything I need is from bank. So we go to bank statement in fields and choose cash in, cash out, and maybe month. And another is closing balance is in the bank statement daily. So choose closing balance. And next is we need to move the data into related line. So let's click the report first. Click the graph, sorry, and drag it there. So we can see we want the cash in and cash out in the column values, but we want to move the closing balance into a line. So we drag closing balance into line values. So you can see, sorry, we already put it there. Okay, so can you click? Yeah, you click the report, and let's filter the month first. Let's filter the month. As you can see, there is something there. So we just there are three type of filter. It's basic filtering, advanced filtering, top end. Now we just choose advanced filtering. We want to only show the items when value contains 18. So it shows us how the graph looks like in 2018. So we apply filter. It's like this. And let's filter the closing balance maybe. Filter the closing balance. It's all. So yes, that's absolutely what I need. Maybe you just delete the closing balance and check in again. Can you? Closing balance, delete it. And check in again. So you right-click the closing balance and drag it to line values. Oh, it's not showing up. It's a bit weird.
Close it again.
Yeah.
Don't you can drag the item directly to the render?
So you cross it again?
Yeah.
What about you cross it, click?
And from there, you drag the item to the line set. What's the problem?
You run it to the line value. You don't run it to the line. You run it underneath the line.
No, it should be there.
Yeah, so
It's my fault, guys, I think. Let me sort it out. All right, keep going.
Okay, so let's choose another. Let's choose another visualizations. Maybe choose the one beside this one. You just choose beside the one. Choose visualizations. The graph.
Oh, okay.
The graph. The one besides it. Choose the one. So let's redo it. Let's put cash in, cash out, and month, and check the closing balance to line values.
Sorry, it was my fault, guys. Sorry. Yep.
It's a bit weird. I never faced that before. Maybe we will try again later if we have time. So we just make it here. So it's a bit different from what I need. If we have time, if it happens in daily life, I will investigate why it's there, but we don't have time now. Normally it will not happen. Maybe there's something wrong with the data. I'm not quite sure, so I don't make comments anymore. Any further, sorry. So let's move on to the next graph I want. So the next one, I want to show the sales trend in the last 6 months. So the line trend, so we want to show the line trend. So we choose the line trend chart. And we want to show the sales. So just remember, if you want to show anything related to 5 elements in accounting, asset, liabilities, say revenue, expense, and equity, right? Yes. And you need to go to trial balance. So you go to trial balance and find the sales, monthly sales. And also you need to choose month end. And also, yeah, and then you need to filter it. You can see it's from 2016, 2018, but what I need is put into month and only show 2018. So we need to filter year first. We only choose, you just month end, you choose year, yes, this one. And let's move to, you click it again, and move to basic filtering, and choose 2018 only. Okay, after you choose this, you are able to remove it from the axis there, so it will not be here to bothering you, and remove quarter as well. So you can see it appears by month now and only shows 2018. So like I just said, you need to decide what graph you need, what data you need, and where the data sits. So this is what I need, absolutely what I need, and it works good. And let's move on to next. The next thing I'm going to show a bit more fancy one is, let's delete this and move on to the next. Next, I want to show how much I have already earned from a specific customer. I want to show all of them. It must be a really, really long graph, but I want to add in a filter as well. But I don't want to like filter it at the very beginning. I want to filter it as I go. So let's make it. First, I want to generate a report first. I want to generate a bar chart and choose the total sales and all the customer name. So we go to invoices, choose account name. That tells me the client name. And then the total sales, which is the total here. The total sales must equal to the total invoice. Hopefully we don't use spend money, but we just want to show the total invoices we have raised for every individual customer. So you can see this is a very, very long graph. As I said, I want to put a filter there as well. So we just put a filter graph there. Visualization, choose filter. Yes, click it. And there is something, yes, there's there. So I want to filter by the total sales. So we choose filter, choose total there. Go to invoices and total. Click it. And you can see there is a little thing there, which we can drag it, move it, and to see the amount we want to show. Let's say I only want to show the customer name that the total sales currently is bigger than 10K. So how do you do it? So you need to, maybe you can type the data, type 10,000 there. It's much simpler. And you can see it gives us like automatically.
Quick question here. So I guess people would ask why Eva is doing this, right? End of the day, it's all customers. What is really make it easy for them. So if they have a filter tools like that with wrapping bar, you would imagine if they open up their phone, right? They don't want to have to go in and really type a lot of things in there or make a request like a command. They just want touch screens and drag it. They want to see all the customers that they've made more than 20,000 for the last 3-4 months. And in their phone, you can see that they grab that bar and the chart will come up with all the names. They want to see all the sort of the highest value customers in the last 6 years. They can do it from their phone app. Right? So it's all customer driven. It's not the report that I need to see myself, but it's actually the end user, which is the customers. And that's why we have that filter function, because you can see there, right? The bars really user friendly, and the customer going open their phones and they can drag out their pin and they get the data that they want.
Yes, when I first touch this, I always like to drag this and see how it flows, and it entertains me. But now it's like used to it already. So these are the 3 reports, 3 graphs I want to show you. It's a very, very simple demonstration. They have a lot of visualizations. You can see, Teddy, maybe you just click into the 3 little dots in the visualizations. And sorry, I didn't tell you. Yeah, click here and import from marketplace. You can see there are quite a lot of visuals there in the marketplace. If the one default set it by Power BI cannot satisfy you, you can always find what you want from the marketplace. So there are hundreds there. So let's pause it. So that's everything for reports I want to demonstrate. And if you are interested, like I said, it's totally free and just try it yourself. So let's quickly move on to the data set. Go back to my workspace. Just don't save it. Go back to workspace and data set. So there are something here I want to tell you is actually Power BI, just like I said previously, the data was imported into Power BI automatically. It's based on what you scheduled. You can schedule it by, let's say, refresh daily or refresh, let's say, weekly. And also, you can also refresh it anytime you want. I put $10 million sales in Zero, and I just want to see how it flows into my profit and loss in Power BI. So I can refresh it now, and in minutes, you can see the live report after that. So you can see Teddy has already shown it here. If you click refresh now here, it will refresh after any changes in Zero, or you can schedule refresh. Please click into the schedule refresh and click scheduled refresh. And you can see it's already on, and the frequency is daily. You can also choose weekly. And you can also choose the time as well. It's very user-friendly. And yeah, you can see there are some other things here, and you can have a look when you have time. And that is everything I want to talk about in data sets. Now let's go to the most exciting thing, I think, in Power BI. So let's go back to dashboard. There is a little thing we didn't touch here called ask a question just above Chin's head. And there is ask a question about your data. So that is actually behave like a data analytics. We can ask any question, not any question. You cannot ask like random questions. You can ask some questions to Power BI. Let's say, I just want to know the current ratio now. So you just type current ratio.
And you think in the future, customer use their phone and actually talk to the phone, right? Okay, Google, I want you to show me this. Now we're talking about artificial intelligence here, right?
So let's click current ratio, enter it. You can see the current ratio figure is this. And I want to see how the current ratio flows month by month. Let's simply click space after that, and you can see something pop up by month end, by account class, by account name, etc., etc. Let's just choose by month end, and you can see a trend generated there. So you can ask a lot of questions to Power BI, and Power BI just behave like a data analytics and tell you all the answers you want to know, not all, some questions, some answers you want to know relate to business, right?
You want to play a game, just in case people get sleepy? So why don't we get 10 questions from the audience and see what Power BI looks like? Just random. Think this is your customers. And let's say I'll put up the first question.
Yes.
Who is my biggest customers?
Let's see if it can tell you.
And this is not...
biggest customers?
You have to actually type in biggest customer, see if we can read that. Then it's not smart.
No, I think you probably have to do that.
Not smart enough.
So you may need
to...
So we can...
Customer in Australia? Yeah.
So before your question, just one sentence, sorry. So we can always know, like, let's feed Power BI first. And as time pass, I think Power BI is able to feed us. So we can always find our answer by another way, like don't book me now. So we can choose customers, and actually it shows me all the details related to this customer. It tells me if it is the customer, the email address, overdue, outstanding, and AP outstanding if it is a supplier. And you can see it does not fit you. You may need to know it with the report as I just demonstrate. Okay, just sorry, your answer, your question.
How much money do my customers owe me?
I have the whole question there and see what is reacting. Ready to boo. money. Oh.
How much money borrowed from Harry Home?
$1.
Only one.
I don't know how much I'm out of pocket.
How much is a receivable, for example?
Oh.
How much money in?
Sorry. How much money?
Just type her
What was the
question.
question again? How much money? All I have was money.
How much money do my customers owe me?
So maybe how much AR outstanding?
Yeah. Just agree.
So this is the total AR outstanding, which is 3,750. Woohoo!
How many bad days?
Otherwise, you have to pay for it.
Next question. Anything. You don't book me, you book Power BI.
Accounting is fun. It's not boring.
Who is my naughty customer?
Definitely good. Start the whole sentence and see how. Yeah, just say no.
It reminds me when I first got a Apple phone, I play with Siri.
Oh, smart. You should pick it up. Yeah. That's outstanding.
So does that mean Harry is the naughty customer?
So actually, it just pick up the who is my customer and ignore the naughty there.
Anyone want to check Power BI? Top question. How does my cash flow look like?
How is my cash flow look like?
Let's try to do something.
Just target.
How is my cash flow? Ayo.
Look like.
Doesn't work. Then maybe you can just show the total cash,
Or
like
say,
the.
how does my cash flow? Oh, how is it?
So they don't recognize cash flow. Maybe you just choose the closing balance of the bank, and it will recognize. So currently, it's still, as I said, you need to fit Power BI, and maybe later Power BI is able to fit you. Any other thing? Yeah.
Can I do a prediction? Like, when will I go bankrupt?
Ask Power BI.
Forgot I missed you there.
When do I bankrupt? No, there is no bankrupt in this.
They don't want you to bankrupt, so they excluded it from their database. Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Any other challenge that we put up to Microsoft and then team? All right, move on, Eva. I think we're getting close.
Yes. So actually, that's pretty much everything I want to show. So I leave the exciting part at last. And yes, I hope you enjoy this session. I hope you enjoy Power BI. And I just remember you just said you want to meet some sales target, and I forgot to show you how to do that. Let's just simply do that very quickly. Let's go back to the reports very quickly. Let's go back to reports and demo 2 maybe. Demo 2 reports. Yeah, and edit report. And let's just, it's okay. Let's go back to the profit and loss. And click the first graph. And go to the data analytics, that icon. Data analytics, that icon beside the format. No, yes, that one. And you can put a constant line there. Add. And let's say we want to meet the 5,000 as a sales target. You just put 5,000 there. And you can see there is 5,000 line there. And you can see how it flows around the 5,000. And actually, it partially realized what we want. We want a target there. Yes.
Learned something new today.
Yes. So there are some constant line minimum line, maximum line, average line, median line, percentile line as well. So there is a very simple calculation there and able to satisfy your requirement. Okay, so pretty much everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, give you. I give you guys like 2 minutes to fill up the paper quickly.
Well, thanks everyone staying for a long day, and thank to all the staff. I felt like it's Friday, but it's cold. We've got 2 more days, end of financial year, so we're all busy. I would like to have a special announcement, and I guess this is come from a team who put a lot of hard working in, including our marketing and education team, Nies, our IT guys, and Fuzuki as well. In the last 1.5 years running this program, we've seen the high interest in people who really want to learn practical skills. And really our time and resources and really limitations in terms of the time and resources, we cannot give this to everyone. Many of you came and asked whether you can do internship with us, but 1 semester we can only take 2. So how can we solve these problems? And we've been thinking for the last sort of 12 months, trying to see if anything else we can do outside of this sort of meeting training room. So we've invented a extended our AccountantChange website to turn this sort of face-to-face web seminars into a more like a virtual environment. And under AccountantChange website now you can see there's an options there called Premium. This is actually designed to start with for the students who really want to get connected to our programs. You know that a year we deliver 4 seminars. So in the future, just want to consolidate everything in one piece. So all you have to do is really register for a student's package, which is free, and you get access to all of our 4 events a year, and we guarantee that there's no cost involved. The benefit of signing up is really you can register online. You can see that today we stopped print the certificate because we're going to do it electronically through the portal. So you would have an account, log in, you can see all the upcoming events, you can see all the slides, all the videos that we've been spending time to do all that recording. You can watch it again and again from your portal. And that's what we do, is really to create a community of people who want to learn and really practical learnings and improving their skills and help them to really find a job in the future, right? So and that's the first thing we did. Then we move on to the next level, which basically is a small paid version, really. But this program, we committed that this is not a for-profit program. It's really a social impact program. So the sign up there for the next level, and we call Student Plus, which costs less than $5 a month. What do you get from there with the Student Plus? Other than getting to 4 events like this a year, you get access to all the materials, previous futures events. You also get access to our staff learning portal. And this is really important that Teddy would go into the Zero learning portal and show you what in there. So what you would get with this second Student Plus is really can get access to our staff learning portal in Zero, Teddy. Yep. So if you can go to Zero now. Every year our staff have to do a certain learning themselves through our the Zero education program that's given to us because we are partnered with Zero. And within this learning is online learning. There's many courses out there. There's many videos, content. But other than that, just sitting on a seminars and getting sort of a certificate of attendance, you also get a certification as a certified Zero user. What it means is really in your CV, you got that green Zero certifications by doing all that cost. And this program is designed and provided by Zero. So it's certified by Zero. And that is a key benefit for the Student Plus version, is really you get access to the learning program, learning portal that our staff has access. And within Zero currently we have a Zero Advisor certification, you have a Zero Payroll certification, you also have the Cloud Integration certification. And this is not selling of Zero, but really the vision of Zero in the next few years is really to create a Zero universities, they call it. So there are going to be a lot more course and good content coming out for people like us, accountants who work with Zero, and also someone like a student who want to get into that practical learning, because really learning from today, the quick section this morning is about end of the year is really fast. It's only 1 hour. You would want to spend, a few hours logging into computers yourself and do your self-learning. And like I said, the benefit is really you get that certification, and it's certified by Zero. Right? There's a lot more content driving in. Our aim is really to turn this portal into a Netflix for education. And it's a non-profit initiative that we're doing. It's a social impact program. We're working with a number of training providers other than Zero, so the Student Plus can get access to all the other online courses as well. That would get you into the online learning environments, and you can get a certification credit that costs hopefully in the future. But for now, in a beta release, really, Zero certification is what we really want to drive out, and we want to see the impact of people who are attending that Zero certifications and see if that improve the chance for them to find a job in the future. But keep in mind, this is still beta version, so in the next 6 months you'll see more functions coming up, and we're going to fully release it. It's exciting, and thanks for the work from the marketing, the ITs, and the quality management teams, and to all the staff as well. Thanks, Luke. You want to close?
So that's pretty much the end of the session. And thank you for coming. This is the 6th event. So we are planning to have next one in September, but we haven't decided the exact date. But we will bring more different topics. So if you wanna, if you have specific request, you can send it to me. I can't promise that I will take it, but I promise that I will read it and I will consider it. Overall, it's pretty good. I think it starts from end of the year to leadership and the project management to flexible work, Power BI. It's quite full on and